we are going to be talking about 3 things as you kick off the new year, and I just want to make sure that mentally we are all thinking about the right things as we go through our transit. Journey is a lifelong process, so really nailing that one down. And then the second one is acceptance and self-love, and really making sure that you give that self, no matter where you are in the journey, that full embrace. And then the last one is, what are those damn roadblocks? Like, get those fucking out of the way. Like, there's no reason for us to think that we're going to make progress without addressing these roadblocks. So first one, understand that it's a lifelong process. Like, transition has taken me 5 years and I'm not where I want to be, and I still get that mental block where I don't fully embrace everything about where I am in that process. And I think the thing that I can tell myself more is that appreciate where I am and my body and my looks, and with my work and with my family and transition and friends, and like just appreciate exactly where I am. And my voice, right? My voice, I'd love to have maybe a little more feminine voice, but I'm not there yet. But I'm not beating myself up over it. So that leads into the second one, which is make sure that you are fucking loving yourself. You deserve the love as you go through this transition. It can be hard. Some people, think so it can be a hard process. So you deserve that self-love, and at the same time, appreciate those aspects about you that are amazing. Everybody has different things that they offer, whether it's offering emotional support for people that are in your lives, whether it's being a good friend, or there are so many different attributes that are important to loving yourself and appreciating what you offer, whether it's extending that connection to somebody else or your fingernails. I mean, come on, let's be real, mine are horrible. I have horrible fingernail game. So that's the second, is self-love and self-acceptance. Accept where you are in the journey, and realize it's a longer process. And the third one is make sure that you're talking about and bringing up those roadblocks that are going to prevent you from achieving your goal, whether it's transition goal or life or career goal or whatever it might be. But make sure you're like really fucking thinking about what those are, and I would say you could probably focus on like 4 things. The first one is like, think about what is that baggage that you're holding on to? Like, am I not worthy enough? Is that something that I hold on to as an individual? Am I not pretty enough? Do I not have that? Am I not smart enough? What is that baggage that you're holding on to, which is something that maybe you've carried? Address it and understand it. The second is, how is that leading to different habits in your life? And how is that driving this pattern where you have this baggage that you've carried as a child, and now that's taking form in your daily habits, whether it's waking up and kind of self-loathing or something along those lines. So understand what those habits are that you need to break in order to get wherever you need to for whatever it is. And then the third is like, really think about the emotions that you feel. So something happens, somebody misgenders you, that fucking shit happens all the time. I swear I get it all the time. I don't have the intention, like, one of the few, like, I hardly dress up, and I'm just trying to be more, I guess, open and accessible across kind of the gender fluid spectrum. But I would say I get misgendered all the fucking time. It's my voice, and people hear me and they're like, oh, he this. I could have an emotion about that, but I need to check that as I kind of go through the process. So how do I check my emotions and not let an action, something from outside the world, could be anything, impact my mental emotional state? I could be like, oh, well, I'm not far enough along in my journey that this other person is identifying me as female. So realize that your emotions, and you need to block and short circuit that, because then that leads to this emotional thought spiral where it continues to feed it, and then I say, oh, I'm not female enough, and then it keeps going. So short circuit and understand what emotions are, and try to be an observer to them, whether it's anger, hatred, or especially those negative ones. And then I would say, the fourth thing is really make sure you're in an environment that makes sense for you, whether it's your office, your family, your friends, You deserve as a human to be in an environment that is very supportive of who you are, one of your many identities. Transgender is or gender binary or gender queer is merely one identity, and maybe the least important or least interesting thing about you. So yeah, make sure you're in the environment that fosters who you can be, and you can really shine, whether it's, you know, shining by helping others or shining by being amazing at what you do. So this is how you think about your 2021. I hope those 3 pieces help. Happy New Year's, wishing you the best, and really continue to embrace who you are. Love you all. Ciao.